Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is IZZATI binti ISMAIL and I'm in class TESL B2 of PISMP June 2021 intake of Institut Pendidikan Guru Kampus Raja Malewar. My lecturer is Dr. Haji Kamaruddin bin Haji Abu Hassan. So what we are going to learn today in EDUP3013 Philosophy and Education in Malaysia is the subtopic implementation and development of curriculum. So let's get started. Okay, let's look at the table of contents. There are three things we are going to look at into today. The first one is KBS Art. The second one is KSSR Formation. And the third one, which is the last one, is comparisons between KBS Art and KSSR. Without further ado, let's take a look to KBS Art, which is Integrated Curriculum for Primary Schools, or in Malay we call it Curriculum Bersepadu Sekolah Rendah. Before that, let's look briefly into the curriculums in Malaysia. The first one is KLS Art, which is Curriculum Lama Sekolah Rendah that started in 1982, and the second curriculum is KBS Art, which started in 1993 and was revised in 2003. And the current curriculum that has been that is has been used is KSSR, which was started in 2011. So, what are the objectives of KBSR? Okay, these are some of the objectives of KBSR. The first one is to let students master Malay language and master common everyday English skills such as listening and understanding context spoken. Which means when they listen to other that is talking English, they can understand the context spoken. Uh, the next one is using English suits to its context. If they can listen to people and understand them, they can respond, and they can respond in English and use English suits to its context with their understanding. The next one is to have strong foundation mathematical skills and master learning skills and expand prior knowledge. This means if they learn something, they can share the knowledge with others too. And the last one is having high leadership skill and self-confidence. Let's move on to curriculum design of KBSR. Okay, there are three key areas in curriculum design of KBSR. The first one is communication, and the second one is man and his environment. The third one is self-development. Communication focus on basic skills 3M, which is read, write, and count, or in Malay, menulis, membaca, and mengira. Man and his environment focus on spirituality, moral, humanity, and positive environment, which they can learn in Islamic and moral education. The third one is self-development, which focus on the students' passion that they can explore, like arts, music, and sports. The organization of KBSR has two levels, which is level 1 and level 2. Level 1 including year 1 to 3, and they will have to learn core, compulsory, and additional subjects. And level 2 is year 4, 5, and 6, and they will learn core, compulsory, and additional subjects. They also have to be able to make logical reasoning and understanding social and current issues. Okay, what are teachers' role in KBSR? So teachers are expected to be facilitators. Teachers also expected to facilitate the effective education of the child. Okay, the next one is teachers are not expected to provide them with knowledge, but to equip them with the skills of acquiring the necessary information for themselves. This means teachers are not always the informer, but teachers teach the students to acquire information themselves, not necessarily by the teachers, but they can find themselves with other sources. They are able to find the information by themselves. The last one is teach students to solve problem. This is the most important part because there are teachers who voluntarily solve problem for students. But in this case, teacher needs to teach students how to solve problem by themselves. Okay, next are the principles of KBSR. There are 5 things in principles of KBSR. The first one is integrated approach. The second one is long life learning. The third one is organizational activities and classroom management must be flexible. The third one is when the kids are make organization in their class, or they are involving in organizational project like duty roster or things like that, they can manage, they can learn to work in an organization, but that is not necessarily to pressure them or to stress them out, but to let them have fun while learning to work in an organization. The next one is equal education for all students. As we all know, every kids deserve to have a proper education. So students, no matter what different background they have, their races, their religions, and all of that things, they are they deserve to have a proper education. So the last one is individual development, which they can explore when they learn new things. Okay, second content today is KSSR Formation. KSSR is standard based curriculum for primary schools, or in Malay we call it curriculum standard sekolah rendah. The aims and focus in KSSR. So the aims are to ensure Malaysia nurtured the spirit of the nation to master knowledge, skills, competency, and values. They not only learn things in academics, but they also have to learn the values and to be a better person. So the second aim is to ensure students become a responsible citizen, skillful, and knowledgeable worker. When they reach higher education, and after they finish their higher education, they will be a skillful person and a knowledgeable worker so that they can contribute to the society and to the country more. Okay, the focus in KSSR education is after 6 years of education, KSSR ensures students will get high standard of knowledge, skills, and values. Okay, which we have discussed it earlier. So the next focus is reading, writing, counting, and reasoning. One thing has been added since KBSR. So KBSR has three M, but KSSR has 4 M's, which includes reasoning. So they not only learn things, but they can think out of the box and make a logical reasoning for according to what they learn. So these are the organization of KSR, which has uh, also have 2 levels. The level one is year 1, 2, 3, and they have the mastery of literacy, numeracy, and reasoning skills, which we talked earlier, 4M, and they will have emphasis on creativity and innovation, entrepreneurship, and information and communication technology. They will also learn basic core modules, thematic core modules, and elective modules. So level 2 of KSSR curriculum is year 4, 5, and 6. This emphasizes on creativity and innovation, entrepreneurship, and information and communication technology. They will also learn core and elective subjects. Okay, what are the curriculum design of KSSR? As we know, KBSR has three key areas, but KSSR have five key areas. The first one is communication, the second one is spiritual, attitude and values, the third one is humanitarian, the fourth one is physical and aesthetical development, and the last one is science and technology. So, without further ado, we will look into comparisons between KBSR and KSSR so that we can spot the details of what are the differences. Okay, there are four similarities between KBSR and KSSR curriculum. The first one is acquiring basic skills in every student. The second one is inculcation of moral values. And the third one is involving role of teachers and students, as we know earlier, teachers as facilitators. The last one is compulsory subject are the same, which is Bahasa Melayu, English, Mathematics, and Science. Okay, let's look at the table of differences between KSSR and KBSR curriculum. So, KSSR is introduced on 2011, while KBSR is introduced in 1993 until 2010, and it is subsequently reviewed in 2003 for PPSMI. KBSR was written based on learning outcomes, while KSSR was written based on content and learning standard. So, what are the examination and assessment? KBS Art has only UPSR examination, but KSSR has UPSR and school-based assessment. The previous batch for KSSR curriculum has experienced UPSR examination, but due to the current situation nowadays, the UPSR examination has been abolished. So they still have school-based assessment. So the focus for KBSR is 3M reading, writing, and counting, but the focus for KSSR is 4M reading, writing, counting, and make reasoning. Okay, the next aspect is curriculum design, which we have looked into earlier. So KBSR has three key areas: communication, man and his environment, and self-development. But KSSR has five different key areas, which is communication, spiritual, attitude and values, humanitarian, physical and aesthetical development, and the last one is science and technology. So the curriculum materials for KBSR is study syllables, while for KSSR we have curriculum standard document, and the curriculum design for KBSR is linear, but in KSSR we have modular. The next aspect is elements aided. For KBSR, we have elements of analytical and creative thinking skills. However, in KSSR, elements of creativity, innovation, entrepreneurial, information technology, and communication. Um, the curriculum organization for KBSR, we have two levels. Level 1 for year 1 to 3, they will have to learn core, compulsory, and additional subjects, same as level 2. And in KSSR curriculum, year 1 to 3 will learn basic core modules, thematic core modules, and elective modules, while level 2, year 4, 5, 6 will have core and elective subjects. Okay, let's look at the implementation of programs in these two curriculums. So for KBS Art, they have a program named KIA2M. This program is a basic class reading and writing intervention. So the target for this program is year 1 with writing and reading problem. So they have a test, a KIA2M test, and the year it was established is 2006. The second program for KBS Art Curriculum is PPSMI. PPSMI is a program to make students learn mathematics and science in English, but it was replaced with MBM MBI, which they can learn mathematics and science in dual language, which is Malay and English. So they can improve like both languages. So in KSSR, there are three programs. The first one is Linus. Linus is literacy and numeracy screening. So it targeted year one who do not master 3M yet, which is membaca, menulis, and mengira. So the year it was established is 2010. So the second program, which is MBM MBI, which we have talked earlier, and the last program is Pendidikan Khas. This program, Pendidikan Khas, or we call it as special education, is a service and facilities of education provided to individuals with special needs or disabilities. So the hot question for today, in KSSR curriculum, teachers are expected to be facilitators as a becoming teacher. What are the activities you can do with your students? And these are the references for my presentation today. So that is all from me. Thank you.